Of the National Vietnam Veterans Memorial called The Wall That Heals opens today in West Michigan.
That wall honors more than 3 million Americans who served in Vietnam, and you can check out the tribute yourself for free starting today at Harper Creek High School in Battle Creek. And this morning, we're glad to be joined by Frank Walker. He is a retired Air Force colonel. Frank, good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us, this is kind of a really neat thing that's come to our area, and a lot of folks, maybe they've wanted to see this memorial in Washington, D.C., but haven't been able to see it. Now it's here, so they can go and see it themselves.
That's correct. That's correct, ma'am. We have 58,281 names on the wall behind me, and many of our veterans can't afford to get to D.C., or it's just too much of an emotional strain on them. So they can come to our community amongst their family and friends and visit the comrades that they may have lost in Vietnam. And so it's very moving to bring this to our community.
And so tell us a little bit about the educational experience, because it's the wall, but there'll be people there to talk with visitors, and then there's an educational component. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, ma'am. We have an educational museum. It's a trailer that's been converted, and what we can do is we're going to have tours. We'll have tours starting today at 2 o'clock. We'll have some of our senior veterans come through and we'll have some Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts that will be coming through on tours. This is a chance for them to learn about the Vietnam War. Their grandparents and parents served, and they never really talked about it for many reasons, but this will be an opportunity for them to learn about the Vietnam War that wasn't popular back in the 1960s and 1970s.
And when folks come out today, it's so neat that we have something here that maybe people haven't been able to see. We call it the Wall That Heals. What do you hope that people really get out of this, whether they're learning about this for the first time or they're able to come and remember folks that they may have lost?
Well, what I hope they remember is that when they look at the 58,281 names on the wall, with 4 of them or 8 of them which are women, that they'll realize that the freedom is not free. There's a number of sacrifices so we can live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. And that the Vietnam War was not a very popular war. And so it's an opportunity for our community to show our Vietnam veterans that we do care, and that their service and sacrifices will never be forgotten.
And Colonel, you had mentioned a lot of people can't make the trip to D.C. or maybe you don't want to. Is this wall similar? They can do etchings of people's names on it. Is it just like the wall in D.C. that way?
Yes, ma'am. It is a clone of the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C. They can do exactly the same thing here as they can do there. They can go up to the names and they can scrub the names off just like they would in Washington. They have everything the same. It's 3/4 replica of the one in Washington, D.C.
Wow.